Welcome to a new Thunder Talks episode. This might be the longest episode, at this time I'm offering a little vlog-like video, telling my experiences on my week-long trip to Egypt. Also, stay until the end to see what's coming to FOXFER 64 in the following months. Please forgive me for not uploading any video nor artworks for the last 2 weeks, except in that animation compilation the day after the road trip back home. 3 days before the trip really began, we went to a road trip to Madrid, lasting up to 6 hours. We stayed at Pinto. We did nothing but visiting the iconic Warner Brothers theme park, as known as Parque Warner, and its side water park, Parque Warner Beach, both in it from San Martin de la Vega. Nothing to write home about, since I suggested that idea. The trip started with a flight from Madrid Barajas to Aswan, followed by a bus ride to the dockside, where our cruise, the MS Nile Dolphin, is docked. We did nothing but having dinner and rest. Day 2 is when the adventure really began, with a jet ride that led us to the first stop being the Philae Island, with its temple, literally on the speed of archaeology, and it's interesting. On our way back we got few rabablas, which is the combination of a violin and a banjo. We picked another bus and a jet to get into the Elephantine Island, where we took a bath in the Nile shore, and visited a Nubian village, crossing the streets on a cargo bike, which is a really bumpy ride. But it was all worth it with this lovely view. At the time we had lunch, the Nile Dolphin departed from Aswan and went on its way to Komombo, which is 2 hours or so away from Aswan. To combat this scorching desert heat, we got ourselves a bath in the pool located at the top of the cruise. In our way to the temple, we got the typical tunics known as lawas. We also did a little party after dinner with those lawas, and I was in bed, sleeping. Because in day 3 I woke up at 4 AM for a visit to Edfu, with its best preserved temple, and at 7 AM we got our breakfast, and a little nap. We also stumbled upon some sellers attached to our cruise ship. A few hours later we crossed the Suez Channel that took a quite bit of time to get through, like 5 minutes or so. Here's a time lapse. After lunch we arrived at the final destination for the cruise, being Luxor, where we crossed the streets on horse carriage and made more sightseeing, stopping in a bar where we offered a mint lemonade and a cachimba. I gotta admit, that was a really good experience. We ended the day by watching the final of the FIFA World Cup 2026, and Spain won, and a surprising outcome. In day 4, upon waking up, we checked out of the cruise ship and visited the Valley of the Kings, along with the Hatshepsut and Karnak temples. We also got ancient essences on your way back. After all this long walk and sightseeing and the discussing desert heat, we had one final lunch on the cruise ship and we took our plane to the final destination of the trip, Cairo, staying 4 days and 3 nights in Anatolia and touring videos of the pyramids of Giza. On day 5 we woke up early to visit the Pyramid of Giza from this close. Hell, we even got inside of one of these. They also had the opportunity to ride on camelback, but I intentionally missed it for obvious reasons. I just feel bad for the animal. Same with the horse carriages from Luxor and Giza. I might handle the desert heat, but these real life horses need something to eat and cool off. After this sightseeing, we stopped by a papyrus museum, showing how it was done, but that lasted 10 minutes, way shorter than the incense one. And we finished our morning trip in the Great Egyptian Museum, which is a great privilege, considering the people they're visiting. This hotel also have a pool to have a bath during our free time, before going to the bus again and have a city tour across Cairo as the sun sets. Cairo is so big you might get lost. It combines poor and rich zones, and even though some places give uneasy vibes, the Egyptian police is making Cairo safer than I imagine. Mad props to them. Our visit started with a visit to the Saqqara tombstones and their pyramids, followed by a stop in the marketplace, especially at a specific shop known as Jordi, where you can find hundreds of souvenirs with a fixed price, no regateos. It's a very popular site I 100% recommend. Thereafter the visit is religious related. After lunch we were on, so I stay in the room writing the script of this video with which movies on Mix TV by the way.
They do this 5 times a day. By the way, this is religion related.
Our last day in Egypt started with a visit to the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, dedicated to the history and evolution of the Egyptian civilization, hence the name. They also have royal mummies under the main floor, which I don't have photos nor videos as it's prohibited to take photos in it. That's all for us, as the remaining hours we stayed at the hotel, and I was playing with my PS Vita. I brought it in case I get bored during the stay at the hotel or plane flights. This concludes the trip as a whole, but we decided to stay on Madrid on the 24th and our road trip back home was on the 25th. I also posted a tweet saying the trip was done successfully and my online activity will be back on the 26th. So, that was the longest trip I had of my life, resulting in July being the most inactive month of the year. Again, forgive me for not giving live signals on my social medias. I might not have a roaming nor eSIM I can use for trips outside Europe, but I needed to take a break from using the internet. I really enjoyed every second of it as I learned more of ancient Egypt and made my modest dream come true. To catch up with the schedule, I have plans to set up more on starting in August. The bi-monthly animation compilation is still going to be July-August, as I animated a lot than never before during the Art Fight event, but I will its little section within the compilation. I joined forces with your Paltina once again for not only one but 2 animated compilations, a sequel to the What the Duck animated moments from 2025, known as What the Horse, the best animated moments, and Highcraft, the animated experience, including some of my playthrough and Tina's funny moments on her streams. Of course, these 2 projects are in the works as this video goes live, and expect this in the following months. Thanks for watching guys, have a nice day.